Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, with a record of 1 win, just 1 loss, 25 years old, at a height of 5'5", a weight of 145 pounds, from Athens, Georgia, fighting for the Hardcore Gym, blue corner, Francisco Quijada. His opponent, fighting out of the red corner, with a record of 1 win, 0 losses. 31 years old, a height of 6 foot, a weight of 143 pounds, from Atlanta, Georgia, fighting for Gentry's MMA, red corner, Calloway. Welcome to round number 1 of our first fight of the night. Your referee, Mr. Nate Mann.
All right, here we go. Our first fight of the night for NFC 66. Referee Nate Mann set to get things underway. We got Brian Calloway, 1-0, fighting out of Gentry's MMA, facing Francisco Quijada, 1-1-1 out of the Hardcore Gym. This is set to be a good fight. Brian Calloway is actually a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Just made his amateur debut a few months ago fighting Brandon Webb and defeated him in the 2nd round by triangle. He is a kickboxing instructor at the gym Gentry's MMA. Facing nice. Francisco Quijada, a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu out of the Hardcore Gym. Trains with a lot of good guys up there himself. Oh, and nice. A hard left hand from Brian.
Just that straight left right over the hand of Francisco.
Yeah, Brian's definitely got the reach advantage here on Francisco. Hard body kick.
Francisco's dropping his right hand a lot. Look for the straight left to come from Brian.
Yeah, I've seen Francisco fight a few times. He tends to be a bit of a slow starter, but he can go all 3 rounds pretty hard, as I'm sure Brian can too.
Francisco's striking just looks really tense. Nice liver kick from Brian. It just hit the elbows a little bit there. Francisco tries to fire back.
Francisco picked up a rear naked choke victory his last fight against Cody Durden.
Brian lands that liver kick again. I know they've had Eddie Walker down there at Grubel's helping them put some combinations together in Muay Thai. So
Francisco's starting to land a little bit himself here. Landed a body shot and a couple leg kicks here. Another body shot lands and another leg kick.
Straight right to the liver.
Oh, that was a hard body kick and a hard straight left. It seemed to rock Francisco.
That straight left's going to be his money.
Yeah, he's landed it a few times. Hard inside leg kick by Francisco. He's finding success with the inside leg kick.
Oh, yeah. Brian's not checking it for anything.
And I'm sure his coaches are realizing that.
Oh, wow. Big right hand from Francisco.
And Brian returns with a straight left. Another inside leg kick. He's finding a lot of success with that.
Francisco is smiling a little bit with his success of landing that kick.
Now this is what Francisco wants to avoid, the clinch and going to the ground against Brian Calloway. He is very dangerous, and he pulls guard immediately right in front of us here.
This is not where Francisco wants to be at all.
Not definitely. Brian's already attacking Francisco's right arm.
He needs to posture and get out of there.
Francisco doing a good job defending that Kimura. Now he's looking for an armbar on Francisco's right arm. Francisco defending. He needs to stand up and get out of this.
Well, Francisco's out.
And Francisco needs to back up here. He does not need to get on top of Brian. Oh.
Francisco's best bet's going to be that overhand right. Brian taking the grappling game to Francisco now.
Now Brian looking to get the double leg here against the fence.
Trying to go takedown for takedown, although I think Brian pulled guard.
Very back and forth first round.
Brian unsuccessful in his takedown attempt.
Yeah, I'm going to give that first round to Brian. I think he landed the cleaner shots on the feet.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, he's tough and lanky for his weight class, so the straight punches, long kicks, that's going to be money.
Yeah. And what you're seeing here out of Brian Calloway is probably a fighter who should be pro. And here we go, round number 2.
Let's look for Brian to look for that liver kick again.
Francisco was finding success with the inside leg kick that he just landed and overhand rights in that first round. And body shots, which he just landed another one of those too.
Francisco's doing good at circling away from the power here.
Oh, those are some hard straight left hands by Brian.
He's looking for a hip heist. Nope. Brian defended well. Francisco will get the takedown easier. His center of gravity is already lower. His hips are naturally lower. Francisco throwing some good jabs, though.
Oh, and a hard overhand right and a body shot from Francisco. Calloway returning with some knees. Not really landing. None of them have landed, actually. Not one knee so far has landed from Brian.
Yeah, Francisco's got out of that clinch, though.
Francisco's got him against the fence now. Interesting game plan from Francisco.
Look for the knees from Brian.
Francisco lands 1 for 1. Brian misses 0 for 13.
Francisco throwing some lazy jabs out there. They're more of a push. He's not really snapping the jab. It's not really having that.
Francisco's looking to get a front headlock on Brian. Now Brian's shooting in for a takedown.
Now this is a position Brian might not be used to if he only plays the guard jiu-jitsu game. So Francisco could really get a guillotine here if he looks for it. And I think he's looking for it here.
And he's definitely got control of Brian. Right in front of his corner.
Here comes the knees. Maybe not. Oh, Brian tried to sit out and pull guard instead.
You know, in my eyes, that looks good for Francisco, but
yeah, this is not where you want to be, a high guard with a brown belt with long legs.
And now they've got a little bit of sweat. Let's see if he can pull out.
He's going to switch the triangle. Look for the sweep here. Oh, nice. Francisco passes.
Corner's calling for knee bar. Brian's corner's calling for a knee bar for Brian.
He's really got to get his hips underneath Francisco and lift him for that knee, though.
Francisco is in control of this fight, in my opinion. And an overhand right lands from Francisco.
The mouthpiece is on the ground. Francisco giving no attention to it.
And now Brian's finding some success with those knees. Those three landed, and they landed hard. And some uppercuts from Francisco here in the clinch against the fence. Man, what a round. I'd have to give that round to Francisco Quijada. I got it 1 apiece going into the third round. What about you, Mr. Walton?
I would agree, 1 apiece.
It all comes down to this third and final round. 3 minutes left here in this first fight of the evening. And here we go, our last round. A very exciting first fight.
Yeah, it's been pretty good back and forth. They've been mixing it up. Francisco's just got to get more fluid with his striking. You can tell he can really only throw 1 strike comfortably. He's not really mixing in the combos.
Yeah.
Brian's actually setting his kicks up pretty good, just throwing a feint out.
Yeah, Francisco's landing some good leg kicks and some good overhand rights, but he really needs to throw more volume of punches. But he's a warrior, man. He's throwing against Brian. Now Brian's got him clinched here.
Oh, a big knee to the liver.
Francisco's in on a single here, and Brian's landing some hard body shots.
Francisco could really use a takedown and control Brian.
I think Brian definitely seems to be the fresher of the two here in this third round.
No doubt. Those knees are adding up. Even when they hit your arms, your body still absorbs it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Same as kicks.
I mean, we've seen multiple people get their arms broken in UFC fights from just blocking kicks.
Yeah. Ryan Jimmo.
Oh, yeah.
Good example. His last fight against
Wow, nice takedown from Brian. Really taking control of this third round.
Yeah, and expect Brian to pass here.
Right to the mount.
He is in full mount. Francisco looking to create some space here and get up.
Brian, you're going knee to belly here.
And you can tell
And a half
Francisco's
guard.
a little gassed here.
You know, this is the tricky part because you can't really throw ground and pound to the head. You know, there's some people that use it to the body effectively, but this is mostly grappling here.
Yeah, basically turns into a jiu-jitsu fight with punches to the body.
And I'll tell you what, getting out of somebody's half guard with those shin guards is terrible.
In the third round against a brown belt, even worse.
I've learned to just sit there and punch people.
I'd like to see stand up from Mr. Nate Mann.
Yeah, we're not. I mean, he's just really not progressing. He's trying, but he actually would get swept right here if Francisco would just suck that arm in.
And he's landing down some hard body shots. You know, this fight's probably going to go to Brian, and it's a good fight for him. That's going to improve him to 2-0. Definitely like to get Brian on one of our next cards.
Ate a punch to the face there, but it happens. Nice. Just kick his chest.
Yeah, and Francisco with some soccer kicks to end the fight. And a good fight from both men. I'd have to give that 29-28 Calloway.
Both guys walk away without bleeding, so that's a good night, right?
All right, Wild Bills, once again, welcome to NFC 66. In the center ring, Northside Nate Mann, our referee with both our fighters. Both fighters going the distance. Let's give them a round of applause after three-minute rounds. After looking at the judge's decision, all three judges saw it 29-28 with unanimous decision. Your winner, red corner, Brian Calloway. From Gentry's MMA from Atlanta, Georgia, your winner, Brian Calloway. Good fight out of Francisco Quijada, but your winner, Brian Calloway.